Just over 10 years ago, Bob Francis was accepting his award as the NHL Coach of the Year as the head coach of the Phoenix Coyotes. He had taken his years of playing professional hockey and turned it into a successful coaching career, making it to the pinnacle of his profession. And oftentimes, his message to his players was about overcoming adversity. It's a message that now, unfortunately, hits extremely close to home.
From acquiring numerous concussions during my playing days, you've heard this real before, it damaged a part of my brain that controls my motor skills. And the neurologist indicated that's what's causing my balance issues. I said, well, what can I do about it? He said, well, it might improve, it might not improve. It might get better, it might get worse. I went from running 6 miles a day, not being able to walk 5 feet on my own, and that humbles you. And what it really does, it gives you a proper perspective of life and not to take anything for granted.
The diagnosis from doctors wasn't exactly encouraging, but Bob isn't one to sit back and let his condition get the best of him. In fact, when most people would use the symptoms as an excuse, Bob uses it as motivation. Each day, he works out for 3 hours at the Lifetime Club near his home in Scottsdale, Arizona, and giving up and letting his medical issues get the best of him is not an option.
I can't take that approach. I refuse to take that approach. I think there's always room for improvement, regardless of what you do in life. And it's what keeps me going. You know, there really isn't any alternative other than to push yourself to your maximum capability.
Walking an hour on a treadmill, climbing an hour on the Stairmaster, and then cycling for an hour, Bob's daily workout shows just how determined he is to push his mind and body to the maximum. His condition may have affected his motor skills, but it won't take away his heart or his desire.
It's humbling, it's humiliating, but it gives you a different perspective of life. I see things much differently nowadays, where you have to let go of ego and pride, and you have to replace it with some humbleness and humility.
As Bob continues to meet with doctors and discuss his options towards recovery, he has no plans of slowing down, and his daily trip to Lifetime has become an almost religious experience.
I don't want to sound corny, but it's like coming out of Mass or church. You always feel better coming out than when you're going in, than going into, I should say.